Okay, if you've ever used SAP, you know that feeling, right? That little moment of frustration when the system just decides your data is, well, too long. As someone who's been in the trenches with SAP for years, let's get to the bottom of why that happens and, more importantly, how to fix it.
So, does this whole scene feel a little too familiar? You type in the full, correct supplier name or that super long purchase order number. You hit enter, and then boom, you get a call later saying the information's incomplete. It's enough to make you want to scream, but trust me, you are definitely not the first person this has happened to.
And here it is, in black and white. On the left, you've got the perfectly good data you put in. And on the right, what your business partner's system actually received. It's like your data went and got a really bad unsolicited haircut. Now, here's the thing you've got to understand, and it's a big one. This is not a bug. Your system isn't broken. This is actually an old habit, something that was intentionally built right into the DNA of SAP from the very beginning.
So what's really going on behind the scenes? Well, let's think about it like this. Your main SAP database, that's like a giant swimming pool. It can hold tons and tons of information. But when you need to send that data out to another system using something called an IDOC, it has to travel through a much, much narrower pipe. And you know what happens when you try to force too much water through a tiny pipe? It just overflows and gets lost.
So how narrow are we talking here? The magic number, the one causing all this grief, is 35. Yep, just 35 characters. See, a lot of the old-school international standards that SAP was built to work with, we're talking things like electronic payment systems, they had this really strict 35-character limit. Anything over that, it doesn't get saved for later, it just gets chopped right off.
But hey, don't worry, there's absolutely a fix for this, and it's actually pretty elegant. The solution really comes down to what I call the wisdom of packing boxes.
Think about it. Instead of trying to cram one giant, awkward item into one small box, you just use two boxes. It's that simple. Put the most important part of the name, the core of it, into the Name 1 field. Then, whatever is left over, just pop it right into the Name 2 field. That's it.
So the real key here is to build one simple, good habit. Standardize how you and your team enter this data. Always put the main name in Name 1 and use Name 2 or even Name 3 for the rest. And this is crucial. You have to make sure your system is actually configured to combine Name 1 and Name 2 when it creates outputs like an invoice or a payment file.
And this all brings us to a golden rule that every single experienced SAP consultant lives by. First, check the structure, then write the code. Before you ever jump to thinking something's a bug or that the system is broken, take a second to understand why it was designed the way it was. I promise you, it'll save you a world of headaches.